Guys, what's going on? Um, Wanted to come in here and talk about, kind of catch up and talk about a couple things here. Um, and it's crazy how when you focus on your health and fitness and everything, it's crazy how all of us overcomplicate things. Um, when I was a teenager, I would dance, and I did a lot of music stuff, so it was very easy to stay fit because I happen to like all that. And then I got into the treadmill, and finally got into other things. I love music, but got burned out of that as an interest and got into other things and got into the treadmill. Um, and that was nice, but then I didn't always have a treadmill and didn't always have a gym, that kind of stuff. But people ask, and they've come up and asked, what are you doing to lose weight? So I thought I'd talk to you guys about that, if it's interesting at all. I don't know. Just because I think it kind of concerns me that people feel like they can't, or they're worried about 2020 or whatever it is. So why not share? It took me 2 years. Well, you could say the last 2 years, because first 2 years after having my daughter, I was really out of shape and didn't do a lot. So it took 2 years once I started, been to 2 different gyms. I'm finally at a gym I'm happy with now. This being the second year of fitness. And what I found is to do things that you're interested in. Don't buy into this working out has to be a chore. You have to go hard and punish yourself. You have to feel pain. Yeah, I mean, if you are working your heart, you're going to feel it. If you're working your legs, you're going to feel your muscles a little bit. So I understand the concept of being tough and getting through it. But there are some ways you can kind of figure out what you're interested in and go with that. It could be, and this is what I did when I was pregnant and had to go a little easier anyway, but still felt like it was important to keep in shape. Because I've seen family that have lived very healthy lives, a few family members, and then I've seen a lot of family that have to go through a lot of hell, frankly, because they're not very healthy, and it scared the hell out of me. And I don't want my daughter to have to see that. And there's already things that no one's perfect in, but that shouldn't be compromised. So when I was pregnant, because I had to take it a little easier, but I wanted to do something, I would do something as simple as dance to my favorite songs. And it was cool because, putting the phone up, including her in that, kind of got her, like, she loves music and stuff, and she loves when I talk about that kind of stuff with her, of what it was like, having her in my belly and all. But even something as simple as that can make all the difference. And before we finally made it to go to a gym, my husband and I, that's what I used to do every morning for a while. But I don't have a lot of discipline to do certain things. I'm a self-starter when it comes to creative work or technology, but I'm not a self-starter when it comes to fitness. So if you can work out and you don't need a gym, that's a huge advantage. Trust me, that is huge. If you have that kind of discipline. I've done it for a week at a time, but it's hard to stay consistent for me. I kind of have to have that, like, the little comforts and luxuries and whatever. So that's just me personally. But no, working out, there's a ton of things you can do that you're interested in already. There's games on the iPhone. I don't know if Zombies Run is on Android, but you're kind of racing to a song, and then you keep score with Zombies Run. I haven't really tried it too much, but there's just a ton of things you can do, whether you go to a gym or not, that is, and it's, if you lose the weight slower, it will make a bigger impact, and last longer and be consistent. And then if you are consistent, like my favorite thing is swimming, and here in Florida it's very easy. There's always pools around. We're gonna figure out a way to heat ours at home affordably. Got one here at the gym too. That's a good way because your muscles don't have to feel the pain, and so you're losing track of how much you're doing and you're just enjoying it. And that's the cool thing about having a treadmill, or an elliptical, which you can find refurbished, cheap ones that you put together from Amazon even. And once you do that, you can put on music, YouTube, podcasts, television. I've done all those things. Audiobooks. You can read an ebook while you're working out, whatever, which might be a good idea for me because I need to read more. That's something I'm working on too, but it gives you time to consume your content, and you're enjoying your content, and you're moving, and it's guess what, you're losing track of time, and the recommended time is 30 minutes. Before you know it, you're watching an hour-long video, or podcast or whatever, and it's been an hour and a half. Working out should not be, being healthy, the initial start of it, something's going to hit you hard, you're going to be hungover, or you're just going to get tired of it one day, or you're going to be sick and you've been sick enough, or whatever it is, or you're just going to feel tired of being tired of not having energy, and I say that with a cup of coffee in my hand, right? But that helps too. That's kind of a motivation for me sometimes, is coffee. But I'm not saying I'm this automatic machine or anything, but having this, I do notice I have a lot more energy with my daughter. I'm a lot more in shape. But even just to make yourself feel better. So what I'm saying is that time where you're hit and you're like, I need to get healthy, it may not feel familiar at first, but if you find something you're interested in, if you're like, well, my favorite TV show is on at 9 o'clock at night or whatever. Let's say you like watching Everybody Loves Raymond reruns or something, and you're like, at least then I can maybe do a workout. Some people sleep better if they work out at night before. I try to run around and do activities at night, not necessarily working out, but I try to clean a little more at night so that I burn off a little energy. But even just cleaning, if you turn cleaning into a workout, you can vacuum more than you normally would. You're carrying something heavy, and you're moving and you're walking around. That could be considered. Or taking a walk outside. I mean, people overcomplicate this. It should not be a chore. And this is why we have problems that we have, because people overcomplicate it. And again, all these diets, if you consistently move, if you make excuses to get up and get a drink of water, to feed your pets, or just any reason to get up, and you continue to do that too, just any way to move really is all it's about. It's not about, unless you want to turn something into a sport, maybe. You can certainly do that. Like, if you want to maybe compete a little bit with swimming and race, or if you want to see how many pounds you can lift or something, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But it's not a must either. There are some people that hate working out and they make themselves do it, and they drag and they're miserable. I've seen, very successful people, even here on YouTube, that are just like, I get up at 5:30 in the morning, I hate it. Well, you can find a way to change it. You don't have to hate it. You really don't. So I just came in here to say that now that I'm here. I really wasn't going to post. I've already done a podcast this morning, following up with reminders and kind of why Google Calendar in the way of planning gives me a lot more that I need. I did those reminder walkthroughs for you guys mostly, and I did want to kind of see if I liked it, but I was getting burnt out of reminders to begin with. And it's a good start, but I think for the kind of planning I do, especially if I have documents I need to work on, I like to be able to put those in my calendar and just have those on the day that I need to do them or whatever. I've done that for my cloud and stuff. So there's just things in Google Calendar that I need that it gives me. So if you want to find out more about that, Jessica Eden is my podcast. And I'm done. I might just jump in the pool anyway. It's a little bit breezier here, but we'll see. Making some time catching up with you guys too. And so I'm gonna be doing a video getting more into Braille too. You'll get to see what that is. It's something I think will be interesting, but I really just wanted to make this because I've been meaning to I'm thinking about it for about a week of what I was gonna say, but here it is. So hope you guys found it at least helpful, and talk soon.